This is the most important moment of your day. The next few minutes that you are about to dedicate to this audio have the power to completely transform your financial and material reality. Napoleon Hill spent more than 20 years studying the most successful men and women in the world, and he discovered that all of them shared fundamental principles that led them to prosperity. And most importantly, these principles can be applied by anyone, including you, right now, in this exact moment, as you are waking up to a new day filled with infinite possibilities. Before we continue, I need you to do something very important. I need you to write, in the comments, in your own words, your prosperity affirmation. Write only this: I attract prosperity. These are 3 simple words, but they are loaded with power. When you write them, you materialize intention. You declare to the universe and to your subconscious mind that you are ready to receive. So pause right now, go to the comments, and write, I attract prosperity. Do it now, because this action demonstrates your commitment to the change that is about to happen in your life. Now that you have made this powerful declaration, let's begin this transformative journey. Napoleon Hill discovered that the human mind is the most powerful tool that exists for the creation of wealth. It is not the money you have in your bank account. It is not the material possessions you own. It is your mind. It is the way you think about money, prosperity, and abundance that determines whether you will live in scarcity or in abundance. And here is the liberating truth. You have total control over your mind. You can reprogram it right now in this moment while your brain is fresh and receptive just after waking up. The first great discovery of Napoleon Hill was the principle of burning desire. This is not just any desire, vague or uncertain. It is a desire that burns inside you like fire. A desire so strong that you can feel it, visualize it, and almost touch it. Most people fail in their pursuit of prosperity because their desires are weak, temporary, and conditional. They say things like, "It would be nice to have more money," or "I wish I were rich." That is not a burning desire. A burning desire is when you wake up every morning with a crystal clear objective in your mind. When you know exactly how much money you want to earn, when you are going to achieve it, and what you are going to do with that money. It is specific. It is clear. It is unquestionable. Right now, while you are lying down or sitting, still adjusting to the new day, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and visualize. See, with absolute clarity, the prosperous version of yourself. How are you dressed? Where do you live? What kind of car do you drive? What does your bank account look like? But don't stop at material things. Go deeper. How do you feel being prosperous? What does financial security feel like? What is it like to wake up without worrying about money? What is it like to be able to help the people you love? Feel this now, because Napoleon Hill discovered that emotion is the fuel that transforms desire into reality. The second fundamental principle is faith, and we are not necessarily talking about religious faith. We are talking about an absolute and unshakable belief that you will achieve what you desire. It is certainty before evidence. Henry Ford once said, "Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you are right." Your subconscious mind accepts as absolute truth whatever you repeat to it with emotion and conviction. If you keep saying, "I will never make it," "Money doesn't grow on trees," "Rich people are born rich," you are programming your mind for failure. But if you begin to affirm every day, especially now in the morning when your mind is most receptive, "I am prosperous. Money flows easily to me. I deserve abundance," you are reprogramming your subconscious mind for success. Napoleon Hill discovered something fascinating about faith. It can be developed through autosuggestion. You do not need to be born with faith. You can create it. And the most powerful moment to do this is exactly now, in the first minutes of your day. Your mind is emerging from sleep, not yet bombarded by worries, negative news, and doubts that will appear throughout the day. This is a sacred moment where you can plant the seeds of prosperity in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Repeat with me now, out loud or mentally, but with all the emotion you can gather. I am a magnet for prosperity. Money comes to me from multiple sources, continuously and increasingly. I deserve to be rich. I deserve abundance. I have the right to live in prosperity. Feel these words. Do not just say them mechanically. Feel the truth behind them. Because what you feel intensely, you manifest in reality. Before moving on, go to the comments and write again. I attract prosperity. Commit publicly to this new mindset. The third principle is specialized knowledge. Napoleon Hill observed that wealthy people do not necessarily know a little about everything. They know a lot about one specific thing. They become specialists in a field and monetize that knowledge. Andrew Carnegie was not a universal genius. He knew everything about steel. Henry Ford knew everything about automobile production. Thomas Edison knew everything about inventions and electricity. And here is the good news. You do not need to go back to school for years. You need to choose one area, dive into it, study it every day, and become undeniably competent in it. Think now. What is your area of specialized knowledge? If you do not have one yet, what area attracts you? What skill, if you mastered it completely, could transform your financial situation? It could be sales. It could be digital marketing. It could be programming. It could be investments. It could be communication. It could be leadership and people management. Choose one and commit to studying it for at least 30 minutes every single day. In 1 year, you will have accumulated more than 180 hours of specialized study. That puts you ahead of 95% of people in that field. And specialized people earn specialized money, a lot of money. The fourth principle is imagination. Napoleon Hill said that imagination is the workshop of the mind where all plans are created. Before anything exists in the physical world, it first exists in someone's mind. The phone or computer you are using to listen to this audio existed first in the imagination of an inventor. The house you live in existed first in the imagination of an architect. Your future prosperity exists right now in your imagination. And the more vivid, detailed, and real you make that mental image, the faster it will manifest in your life. Every day, preferably now in the morning, reserve a few minutes to exercise your creative imagination. This is not daydreaming. It is not irresponsible fantasy. It is intentional creation. See yourself in prosperous situations. Imagine yourself signing important contracts. Imagine yourself receiving significant payments. Imagine yourself celebrating financial achievements. Use all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? The more real it is in your imagination, the more real it becomes in your life. And now, before we continue with the other transformative principles, I need to ask you something important. If this content is resonating with you, if you feel that something is changing inside you right now, I need you to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Why? Because when you do that, you are telling me that you want more content like this. You are telling the algorithm to deliver this message to more people who need to hear it. But more importantly, when you subscribe and like, you are making an energetic declaration that you value knowledge about prosperity. You are saying, I care about my financial growth enough to follow a source that feeds me this wisdom. So do it now. Subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and like this video. It is a small gesture that will have a big impact on your journey of prosperity. Now let's continue. The fifth principle Napoleon Hill discovered was organized planning. Desire without a plan is just a dream. You need to transform your burning desire into a concrete, detailed plan with specific steps. And here is a secret few people know. Your plan does not need to be perfect. It just needs to exist. And you need to start executing it. You will adjust along the way. You will improve as you learn. But the person with an imperfect plan who acts will always be ahead of the person who waits for the perfect plan and never starts. Take a notebook today, preferably in the morning, and write your prosperity plan. How much money exactly do you want to earn in the next year? Divide that number by 12. Now you have your monthly goal. Divide it by 4. Now you have your weekly goal. See how the big objective becomes manageable when you break it into smaller parts. Now ask yourself, What do I need to do every week to reach this weekly goal? What skills do I need to develop? What people do I need to meet? What services or products do I need to offer? Write everything down. A written plan is infinitely more powerful than a plan that exists only in your mind. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Commit to your growth and don't miss the next steps of this journey. The sixth principle is decision. Napoleon Hill studied hundreds of successful people and discovered that they all had the ability to make decisions quickly and change their minds slowly. Meanwhile, people who fail make decisions slowly and change their minds quickly. They are governed by the opinions of others. They doubt themselves. They procrastinate. And in procrastination, opportunity dies. Prosperity requires firm decisions. When an opportunity appears, you must be able to analyze it quickly and decide yes or no. And once you decide, you commit fully until there is a clear and logical reason to change course. Practice making decisions today. Start with small things. What clothes to wear? What to eat for breakfast? Which task to do first? Do not stay stuck in indecision. Decide and move forward. This trains your decision-making muscle. And when a big financial opportunity appears, you will be ready to decide with confidence and speed. The seventh principle is persistence. This may be the most important of all. Napoleon Hill discovered that persistence is to character what carbon is to steel. It is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Everyone faces obstacles. Everyone experiences rejection. Everyone has moments of doubt. The difference is that prosperous people continue. They fall and get back up. They fail and try again. They hear no and look for the next yes. Persistence transforms temporary failure into permanent success. When you encounter an obstacle today, and you will, remember that this obstacle is just a test. The universe is testing how badly you really want what you said you wanted. If you quit at the first no, the first failure, the first difficulty, you are saying your desire was not truly burning. But if you persist, if you keep taking one step after another, no matter how slow, you will get there. And when you do, you will look back and be grateful for every obstacle, because each one made you stronger, wiser, and more prepared to maintain and multiply the prosperity you achieved. The eighth principle is the power of the mastermind. Napoleon Hill discovered that when two or more minds unite with a common purpose, they create a third invisible mind, more powerful than the sum of the parts. You cannot achieve great prosperity alone. You need a group of allies, mentors, and partners who share your vision and walk with you. Who is in your mastermind? Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Because you will become the average of those 5 people. If you spend time with people who complain about money, criticize the rich, and live in mental scarcity, you will absorb that energy. But if you surround yourself with ambitious, optimistic, growth-focused people, you will naturally elevate your own standards. Seek these people. Join groups. Attend events. Hire mentors. Invest in networking. Because money and opportunities flow through people. The better your network, the wealthier you become. The ninth principle is sexual transmutation. Before you misunderstand, let me explain. Napoleon Hill discovered that sexual energy, when properly directed, can be transformed into tremendous creative and productive energy. Highly successful men and women learn to channel this powerful energy into their business goals, creation, and achievement. It is not about repression or denial. It is about conscious direction. The 10th principle is the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It never sleeps. And it does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. If you feed it thoughts of abundance, it will work tirelessly to create situations, attract opportunities, and guide you toward actions that result in prosperity. That is why this audio is so important. You are programming your subconscious at the beginning of the day, before the external world starts attacking you with negativity. If this message is impacting you, hit the like button now. It tells the algorithm, and yourself, that this knowledge matters. Now let's move to the practical part, because knowledge without application is useless. I'm going to give you a powerful exercise that you must do every day, starting today, as soon as this audio ends. First step, take a piece of paper and a pen. Real paper. Real pen. Not your phone. There is something neurologically powerful about writing by hand. Second step, write at the top of the page, My prosperity goals. Third step, write exactly how much money you want to have 12 months from now. Be specific. Write the exact number. Fourth step, write what you are willing to give in exchange for that money. What value will you offer? What problem will you solve? Fifth step, break your annual goal into monthly goals. Sixth step, write 3 concrete actions you can take this week to move closer to that goal. Seventh step, read this page out loud twice a day, once in the morning and once before bed, while visualizing it as already achieved. This exercise, done consistently, completely reprograms your subconscious mind. Napoleon Hill also taught about gratitude. Gratitude places you on the frequency of abundance. When you are grateful, you recognize the abundance that already exists in your life, and you attract more of it. Include 3 minutes of gratitude in your morning ritual. Be grateful for what you have and for what is on its way. He also identified 6 basic fears, especially the fear of poverty and the fear of criticism. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting despite fear. Another principle that cannot be forgotten is immediate action. The universe rewards action, especially fast action. What can you do today, within the next 24 hours, to move closer to your prosperity goal? Do it. Small actions create momentum. Momentum accelerates everything. Prosperous people also value time deeply. Time is the only truly limited resource. Audit how you spend your time. Eliminate distractions. Invest your time in high-value activities, learning, creating, connecting, executing. Napoleon Hill also taught that adversity is fuel. Your current difficulties are preparing you for future success. Progress, not perfection. 1 step every day. You are at the most powerful point possible, the beginning of your day. Prosperity is not something you chase outside. It is something you develop inside, and then it manifests outside. Go and conquer this day. Go and manifest your prosperity. Welcome to your new prosperous reality. It begins now. It begins with you. Share this video with someone who needs this message. Prosperity grows when it is multiplied.